Hello all, this is Raj Bisa. So in this video, we'll try and find out why do you need to have webinars. So webinars, we know that they are a great medium to train people to sell your product or service. But if you are a professional trying to sell your specialty skills, no matter what you are trying to create, a webinar can help you reach more clients. So if you want a particular marketing message, or probably if you're trying to work on targeted way of selling your product or services, creating a webinar can certainly help you sell your product or services. So mainly if you have the target markets, you will have lots of advantages. So what are the advantages of having a webinar? What it creates, the kind of awareness, why do you need to have a webinar? Mainly reaching out to people in understanding particular area of topics. So we'll try and explain the kind of expertise people may not be aware of. That's something which one needs to master. So be it a product or if you're trying to give a solution to various problems out there. So until you show it to them, until you educate people, until you train people, until you create your awareness by using webinars, you cannot educate people. So you can educate people or train them as future employees of your company, or probably your target audience know about your product or service. You can be an educator talking to them confidently. So you may also notice that as you speak and deliver your message to them, you might give them the impression that you are an expert. So whatever you are discussing in the end will look up to you, or probably they'll try and remember you as an expert educator. So engaging sessions or conducting engaging events using live webinars, mainly in particular if you're trying to create a rapport with your audience. They are already trying to see you as an expert. So whatever you say, they believe. You become an authority. So that's true with respect to trying to be correct with what you're saying. So you know many of the answers, so they will receive, and they'll also find that you are the reputable source when you can sell anything. Probably using live webinars, if you're trying to have your product or skill, if you're trying to market that to your target audience, you can also help them be aware of whatever the problems which they face. You can also lead them to the kind of benefits they can achieve by purchasing your product or service. You can guide them through how the product works, and you can also pitch your product to that similar kind of audience out there. So in a physical seminar, when you introduce any product or service, when you're training somebody, when you are all going through a course, or when you're trying to tell them about your service, the audience has got a result. Most of the audience are willing to buy whatever the product which you are offering right away. So it's cost effective because webinars can be accessed via any computer or anybody who has internet connection just with a click of buttons. So it is very cost effective when people see your webinars through their smartphones. So seminars done, probably if it's a physical setting, or people out there who are trying to come from far away places, trying to make reasonable adjustment to purchase, probably they don't need to attend your presentation physically. So when you have the webinars, it gives you lots of advantages, or transportation, booking hotels or rooms, training rooms. So you don't have to wear some formal attire, probably a blazer. I'm just wearing a waistcoat, but anytime, probably anywhere, even multiple webinars can be useful tool. So a webinar is the secret weapon, and that's what I tell many people. So there is a wide variety of target marketers, lots of entrepreneurs out there, large businesses and companies, or large number of educators who are trying to teach and introduce their product or kind of service which they are offering. So if you're trying to sell anytime, probably if you're trying to sell anywhere from across the globe through live webinars, it could be very motivating. So there could be high conversion rates because you're trying to sell anybody out there, whatever the product or service you are offering, because people do understand clearly through whatever the expertise you have. So the importance of what you are offering through that particular webinar, they should trust you in purchasing because no matter what is the cost, because they believe that whatever the benefits you have, the cost of the product or the cost of the service, if people start using for good, they would also recommend whatever the webinars which you do. So lots of webinar hosting platforms are out there, and people who are watching the webinars, they can also have a link for accessing various kinds of videos out there. So I would strongly recommend you to do different kinds of webinars and master the art, because unless you practice, unless you play around with what you're offering, you will not be able to master it. So I'll wait to see your webinars. I'll see you in the next lesson. This is Raj Misa, and in this video we have covered about why do we need to do webinars. Bye bye, take care, see you soon.